So this is a collection of the dreams that I've had in my life that have been very vivid. And what I mean by that is that I have been able to be very, very aware that the dream is taking place. And I've also been able to feel physically in the dreams too. Taste physical sensations, smell physical sensations, and touch. So, the first one I'm going to mention is a time where this happened to me for the very first incidents in my life. I did have a dream where I was flying, and it was after doing a lot of meditation, and I thought to myself while I was having that dream, my goodness, I was so convinced that this was impossible, but here I am flying. I'm definitely flying right now. And then when I woke up, I thought, right, okay, whenever you're flying, you must remember, make a deep mental note. You must remember that whenever you're flying, it is definitely a dream. It is not possible in the waking reality. And if you do find yourself flying in the waking reality, it's because you're actually dreaming. And I made a deep mental note of that. A couple of weeks later, I was dreaming, and I saw this very scary looking kind of wizard person. And the wizard was very androgynous and was throwing sort of lines, or I'm not really sure. But anyhow, I got very scared by this and thought, oh my goodness, whatever's going on here, I do not like it. And I decided to exit that situation very quickly. And I just flew backwards. And I was going through all of the corridors and rooms very quickly, and I realized to myself, hang on a minute, I'm flying above the ground here. I am flying backwards. And I thought, oh my goodness, so I definitely know I can't fly in waking reality, so this means that this reality is a dream. And I just couldn't believe it. I just thought, well, that is incredible, because, I know I can't fly, but this reality is so real. And I even went down to touch the floor, and I was kind of like suspended in the air, and it was really difficult to touch the floor. But when I did touch the floor, I could actually feel the carpet. And I thought, well, this is incredible, because I know I'm dreaming, but I can literally feel the fibers of this carpet. And then I thought to myself, well, I'm going to see if I can find some water. I wonder what it's like to experience water in a dream. So I went round the corner and up some steps, and lo and behold, there was a sink, and it was very difficult to open. It had a very strange way of putting the water on. It wasn't a standard tap. It had this strange lever. But anyhow, I pulled that lever upwards. The water started coming out. And I thought, wow, and I was touching the water, and I thought, well, that is incredible, because it feels wet. Like it literally feels wet. And I thought, well, I know I'm dreaming right now, and there's that strange wizard that's somewhere here. And so I'm going to wake myself up. And so I said, okay, well, here goes. And I said to myself, okay, 1, 2, 3, wake up. And I woke up. And I was lying on my bed with my eyes open, and I just thought to myself, wow, that was incredible, because, I was in a physical reality, really. I mean, I could feel the physical qualities. Other times that's happened is that I've heard music, which has been absolutely perfect. It's been an exact replica of classical music by Holst. I really like this British composer called Holst. He does he did a suite called The Planets, and I'm always listening to that music. But I heard an exact replication of this music, but I was also aware that I was dreaming, and I just kept listening to this music thinking, this is incredible, because I don't know this song in so much detail, but I'm hearing this song played to me in absolute perfect detail. The song was, and and I was just listening to it, and it was strange because I was sort of hovering above the ground very slightly, and there was a garden that had been made with all of these incredible, intricate, strange things, like feathers had been placed very perfectly in certain places to make the garden look more beautiful. And I was hovering just above the ground, and I was listening to the piece that's called Mercury, and I could just hear it precisely as it sounds when I play it to myself on YouTube. And I just thought, that is astonishing. The next thing I'm going to talk about is when I had a dream. I've had lots and lots of these dreams, but there was a dream where I had a tooth that fell out, and I seemed to have a strong connection with teeth. In fact, in my waking hours, I experience a strange psychosomatic phenomenon, which is numbness or tightness, so to speak, in my teeth. And as I'm speaking to you now, I feel that numbness and sort of tightness. It kind of feels like anger trapped in my teeth. It's very odd. Anyhow, so I was in my dream, and the tooth fell out, and I realized, aha, this is not real. But I thought, well, that's incredible, because I can feel this tooth. And I held it in my hand, and I felt how hard the tooth was. And I just thought, this is incredible. And then I woke up. And the final example that I'll give is when I have been in a dream in a restaurant, and it was very, very fancy. And I was just blown away by how fancy this restaurant was. And they brought, something like an ice cream sundae. And I remember tasting it and just thinking, oh my goodness, I mean, this is unbelievably wonderful. I mean, wow. And it had mango in it, and I could taste that. I could really taste it. And then there were other dishes that I tasted and just thought, this is astonishing. Where on earth am I? These flavors are incredible. And so this is a documentation of that. And the reason I've put this on the internet is because I think it can't be me, who's the only one who has such incredibly vivid dreams with physical sensation in them. So I thought I'd document it and then load it to the internet, and then people can, of course, exchange and listen to my stories, and if they've had similar experiences, they might be then motivated to upload a video of their own, and then we can exchange them with each other and just explore, I suppose, consciousness, really. Thank you for listening.